Hi everybody, and welcome back to another video. I'm Sherry, and in today's video I got something really kind of different. It's more of a personal upcycle. This upcycle comes with a story. So it all began when I was born. No, I'm just kidding. We won't go back that far. So what I want to tell you is just this really funny story of how I get these cheap t-shirts, but they're comfortable, and I buy them from Temu, and I mean, you can get them sometimes for $3-4, whatever, because I'm really hard on clothing. And I'll give you a perfect example of what I did in one of my really nice t-shirts. So, okay, in the story, I was in the kitchen making food with my son. He's gonna be 18 this month, so he lives with me. He's the only kid I got left living here with me, so we were in there preparing food, getting ready to it, and it was just pouring down rain outside. And a few years ago, I put a wood stove in my kitchen. I used the roof flange. I did everything the instructions said, putting it in, but for some reason when the wind blows a certain way or I get rain from a certain way, I get a drip on one side of the chimney. And I have tried to figure out where it's getting, the water is getting in at. So as we're in the kitchen, preparing this, getting ready to prepare this food, the chimney starts dripping. And I look at, I'm laughing because I do stuff like this. I'm like a spontaneous person, okay? That's how the wall got torn out in my studio, okay? I just one day decided, hey, you know what? I'm taking that wall out. So I'm in the kitchen cooking, and I tell my son, you know, stop everything. I am going to find out where this leak is coming from right now. And the thing is that my house has low ceilings, like, I don't know, they're 7'6" or something like that, but it's not full 8 foot, 7'4". So in the kitchen, right beside in the kitchen is this little tiny attic access. It's maybe like this. And the attic, this is a very low pitch roof. So the attic on this house, in the very center height peak, you know, like in the very center, is, you can barely like sit up in it, and just a little bit of room. And I'm pretty short. So it's hard to get into, and it's hard to move around in. So I tell him, I am going up there. And I am going to find out where that leak is coming from. I didn't even think what I was wearing. I didn't go change. I mean, I was in the moment, and I'm like, I'm doing this. And then of course there's no ladder, so I've got two here. I got one of them here. I'll show you. I got two of these little stools, okay, and I stack them one on top of the other in this little closet, and I put my little other fold-out ladder in front of it. And it's not dangerous because there's nowhere to fall. Like, I can grab on into the closet. Well, maybe it's slightly dangerous. It is a little wobbly. And my poor son, my poor children, like, they had to live with this. So anyways, I climb up on the ladder. I got a little headlamp, and I got a spotlight. And so I'm climb up in there, and you have to crawl. Like, you have to crawl along on your belly to get down. I had to get down to where the chimney was at, and I figured out what was coming in. I was so happy I completed my mission, only I totally ruined my shirt. I'll show you what it looks like. Now, I really like this shirt because I like the saying on it, and I was just going to use it for a painting shirt or something. I thought, you know, this is a hero shirt now. So I totally smudged, if you can see that, from here to here. I've tried soap, degreasers, I've tried everything to get it out. But I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to upcycle this into something more fun to wear than just a regular boring t-shirt. And so let's make a tutorial. I thought, I'm going to do a tutorial with a story. That will be fun for everybody. But yeah, so we're going to do something with it. I'm thinking what I'm going to do is maybe like up like this. It maybe is leave a little smudge here, but I might be able to put a patch right there. And then this will be a fun shirt that I can wear that has a story with it. Like the saying on this shirt, let's root for each other, and I love gardening, and these are root vegetables. So I thought this, I don't know, I really like this shirt, and I could just go buy another one, but I thought, no, this one's got memories and history now. So what I'm thinking is, you know, I buy these, they're extra big for me anyways, is that I'm going to do an angled cut on the front, not the front and the back, just the front, and come down lower across the back. And then I thought I had this fabric that I've never used yet, and I had bought it a long time ago, and it's vegetables, and it's got the tan. So what if I make a small, not heavy ruffle maybe, but just add a ruffle to that over and then down, and then we'll do something with the sleeves to complete this fun t-shirt. This is how my t-shirts and my clothes all end up being everyday, because I don't think about what I'm wearing. I'm like a little kid that just goes out and plays in the mud, and then the mama yells at him, only I don't have any parent to straighten me out anymore. Tell me not to go ruin all my clothes. Maybe what I'll do first is oh, I know what I'll do first. Oh, okay. I think this makes more sense. Let's cut the total length of the back off first. Let's cut the total length of the back, kind of where I want it to go. I'm thinking most of these hit about where I want, so if I'm going to cut the width of the ruffle off, would be the ruffle first. Now I have taken on shirts that I don't like what's on the front, and you can actually just do a patchwork and stuff over it, so you can do that. And now I'm going to find the center, and then we'll just do an arch cut. I want to do it all at one time. I'm going to fold it in half. And then I'm going to start, I got to decide how high I want to start. Then I'm going to fold it in half. Can I rescue it? Can I make it cute? Or is it doomed? It may be doomed. It's a real possibility. Okay, now I'm just going to cut together at once so I get both sides the same angle. Like that. Okay, now that stain is gone. Now I just have these few, which could be tricky because, you know, to make that look right. That's a lot of patches in the center of my stomach. Usually I do patches like here or off to the side. So we'll just keep going. Something will happen. We'll make it up as we go here. Okay, so let's look at the fabric I was going to use. It doesn't really have the dark purple in the fabric, and I don't like that. Well, I guess it kind of does, but that's not dark purple. Maybe I should have picked something else. So make it up as I go here. It's not too bad. So imagine a dark ruffle. Here, I'm trying to, it's fun to try to picture it in your mind as you're doing it. I'm thinking, is that what I really want? Actually, let me see. Looks like that one better. Just because there's so much purple here. And then I've got an orange. And sort of the yellow. I could use this. I think I like this better. And it's really lightweight. It'll fluff better. This is kind of stiff. This is 100% cotton. I'll save it for some kitchen curtains or something. I haven't used it yet. I thought I'd use it as a cutter fabric, but I haven't used it yet. It's just so kitcheny, and you know, most of my upcycles are not kitcheny. Okay, so I'm gonna cut some ruffles. I'm just gonna decide I gotta do at least 6 inches back to get the same length that I had. And then we'll do that, and then I'll figure out how I'm going to be dealing with these. Okay, and this is fabric that I got at a thrift store. They had a whole huge bolt of it, And I've used and used off of it. I had this one and then an orange color. And it's really kind of light and very crinkly. I think I'm probably going to have to iron it. Let's iron it first. I can't cut a straight line with that unless I rip it. Might be able to rip it. I'll show you guys shortcuts. I could iron this all. It would look nicer. Okay, fine. You know I'm desperate when I get the old iron out. Fine. I could go fluff it in my dryer. That might even help. We'll iron it. I'll show you guys. I really do have an iron. Actually, I have two irons. This cutie little guy. And then I have the big one for serious ironing. This one looks serious. We'll go serious iron. As I'm ironing, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about YouTube, my adventure, and in case some of you have voiced to me that you're thinking about starting YouTube channels. And so I'm going to, while I iron, you can watch me iron if you want, and I will tell you some of the things that I have gone through and am thinking about as far as YouTube is concerned. First thing I'd like to say is that YouTube is not kind of what I thought it would be, but in some ways more and in some ways less. If you're going to start your own channel, just know that you're not going to make everybody happy. You're always going to have somebody that's going to say you talk too much, you talk too little, you do this, you do that, do this, do that, because they want the channel to be, you know, a certain thing. And it may not even be a personal thing. And it's kind of like if you make a dish and you put it on the table. One person likes, you know, this much salt, another person likes that much salt in it, or maybe they prefer to, you know, spicy, some people don't. So it might not be like they like you, but they want you to change or to do this or to do that. So that part of it, I guess, I kind of thought people would either like the channel or not like the channel. Like I didn't, you know what I'm saying? That part I didn't see. But I also didn't see how much fun it was going to be, how good it felt to help other people, you know, that make things, that were able to use something that I learned, like to bless their own life or others in their lives. And that was really good. That's really good. I don't think that, you know, I don't know that YouTube could be ever considered a stable or lucrative income. I think YouTube is struggling itself. I don't think they're being honest with their creators. I've seen a lot of channels just saying things like, there's one that's got, I don't know, 600,000 subscribers, and their income just dropped to almost nothing. I think YouTube is, you know, not doing well and probably not being honest with their creators. I don't think they're paying like they used to. Let me just put it that way. So I don't think it will ever be a huge income thing for me, but for me the reward is, you know, as you get older, you're moving towards the grave. It just feels good to leave something behind that I know even my kids can come and watch, or, you know, if the world continues. You know what I'm saying? It feels good to leave something behind to another generation. So in that, I would encourage anyone to share the good in your life. You know, to share the good parts, the helpful parts. You know, how many of us, I really count on YouTube, like how, for all kinds of things, how to fix, excuse me, how to fix a roll-up window on my car. You know, I got an old Jeep Cherokee and the window stopped rolling up. And with a YouTube video, you know, I don't have a lot of money, and it was nice to be able to go get on YouTube, and someone generously made a video on how to do this, and I was able to fix this window, you know, in my car. Otherwise I'd be having to pay someone a lot of money to do that, and money I just really, you know, a lot of these things, it's the money I don't have. And times are hard right now for everybody. Groceries are high. Everything's just going up, up, and up. So I think of it like a bunch of little ants all working together. I know if there was no money in YouTube, I doubt the videos would be there. You know, people don't usually do stuff like that for nothing. They're usually either and you know, they're sending business their way, and my channel does more than just make a little bit there. It also sends people to my store and stuff like that. But I think that human nature, I mean, it's just human nature to do what benefits you, right? I mean, that's the whole point. You eat breakfast, right? And you eat breakfast because you're hungry, your body needs it. You go to work because you have to pay bills. You don't go to work for usually 99% of us don't go to work for the fun of it. And you know what I'm saying? We even in marriage, even in having children, there's something in it for us, or we don't do it. It's just human nature, right? Even when if you go to a church or whatever, you think, well, what is in this? What, you know, you're going there for a reason. It's, you know, there's something you want in it. There's something there that benefits you, or you wouldn't go do it. Just like watching these videos. So learning a new technique, or, you know. So anyways, as I rambled on, I think my ironing is pretty much complete. Okay, I'll just hold it back up and it'll get all crinkly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need enough for seams. Let's go a little bit longer. I'm gonna go up here. I ripped the other one. Do I dare rip that and hem it? It does stretch it out a little bit. I think maybe I'll just cut along this here. It can't be that hard. I have a line. I have a line to follow. I can only be so lazy, justifiably. Don't want a heavy ruffle, just a little bit. Don't want it just to go straight down. I want this to be, you know, something I feel like I can still wear every day and not be too frilly. Okay, now I think that is plenty. I'll put my t-shirt up here and see what I think it will look like. Gathered up, kind of, and over. I think that would be cute. Got to do something to cover this up. I haven't decided what should go there yet. Maybe I could put a little saying here or something here. That might be good. I'm gonna look and see if I got stains anywhere else on it. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is just use this whole total and then I want to do something different with the sleeves, because this is the kind of the heat of summer. I'm either going to go sleeveless on it or just cut them off straight down and do a little ruffle or something. I'm thinking about just a little gather there, just to kind of tie the top in with the bottom. And that's one thing when you're doing upcycles, is if you tie the top of your garment in with the bottom of your garment, let's say you use denim up here and a band across the top. By putting the denim down in the bottom, it pleases the eye to travel from the top of the garment to the bottom of the garment and see it as a cohesive piece. It's actually it's very much an art form, making upcycle clothing is. And making it pleasing to the eye is part of the part of the success of selling, if you're going to sell or make a nice piece for yourself. It'll make you feel better to see it all cohesive. Okay, I think that would be enough of a gather. So let's go over, I'm going to serge this. And because this is so fine, I'm going to serge it and then turn it under, I think. When I sew on the bottom, turn it under. Up here, I'll just tuck it under when I gather, and this here will, you know, it doesn't ravel. So let's go serge it. This is the only type of serger I've ever used, is this brand. But if you're afraid of sergers, this is a really good one to have because everything is color-coded. When you thread it, look, it tells you, it shows you a little line where the thread goes. And there's even a video thing that comes with it, a little CD thing or whatever. Or you probably can go to their website, it's probably there too. But it actually has pictures showing you how to thread it. And it's all color coded. Like, it is so easy to thread. It's not a problem. You just follow the steps of, I just go from this side to this side. And you can get these fairly reasonable, especially on like Black Friday sales and stuff like this. This little machine. And I think they work wonderfully. I haven't used the other kinds though, so I have nothing really to compare it to. It just works well for me. And I still haven't used all of its features. I have experimented a little bit, but... I think it does a good job. Like, I don't think it messes up too bad. And so I'm just going to do top and bottom here. Who knows, if this experiment goes well, perhaps all my shirts will have ruffles. So what I'm going to do here, I could pre-hem it, but it doesn't matter, I can do it later. So here's my seam, and I think I'll put my seam to one side. So this would be my other side. I'm going to put a pin in it. Something to mark. Now I know that one's going to go there. Now I have to find the halfway points. I'm sure you can see. I got like light glare in my face here. So I'm going to find the halfway point here. So I'm just going to fold this in half again to give me my other halfway point here. And then I got here. This is how to make your ruffle be more evenly dispersed. Now I just need to find the halfway point on the t-shirt. So I'm going to fold the t-shirt in half. And that gives me a mark here. And of course, one here. As long as you're within a ½ inch or an inch even, it'll still look good. You no need to be perfectionist here. And now you can pin it all in place, or feel free to sew it because you have your point markers. So what I'm going to do is just start. I know that this one goes to that one. And so I'm actually just going to start. We'll have to flip it because this is, no, I'll show you here. Okay, I'm trying to think if I want zigzag or straight. This is stretchy. Maybe I'll use zigzag. Oops, I'm unplugged. Hold on. Okay, so now we're going to be putting on the ruffle. I'll get around about halfway and I'll have to flip this and I'll show you why. Because, anyways, I got a circle here and I've got a circle here, so that won't work at some point. But okay, now I can tell if I'm going between here and here. Right? I'm just going to stick that one on. And so I've got this much. Now, the easy way to do it, you can tell your half point is about here. This is about the half point. You can just pin it again if you want to shrink your halfway points down. And then now I know I only have to hand gather that much between here and here for it to look good. I'm just going to kind of hand gather it, stick it under there, and sew it down. You can even like gather the whole distance, and by holding this down you can kind of sort out what you think looks good, and then you can also feel if you got enough under there or too much, and just sew it down. Like, no need to be super serious here. Now eventually I can't do this, so I'm going to stop. I'll show you why, because you know I'm going to run out. Yeah, I'll show you with me here. So now I need the ruffle. Uh-oh, I just lost my pin. That's not good. Well, I have a new center anyway, so let's just reset the center. Okay. I had to reset because now I can come in and sew the rest. Hope that made sense. Okay. And let's go ahead and hook this one to this one, because I want the back to be even. If this wasn't fine, I always take shortcuts. What I would do is I would not seam rip the whole thing. And this is something to tell you guys here, is I just cut it off top and bottom over the seam, start over. There's upcycling clothing, you know, it's not like a pattern where you have to have everything right on point, you know. Only time I seam rip is when I absolutely have to. Like here, it almost didn't catch it. Now, if I was going to sell this item, I don't like that I can see my serged edge. I'd probably seam rip that tiny part and tuck that back up under. But it's just me, so I don't care. Okay, we'll see what it looks like so far. And then, why don't I just hem it first, and then look at it. While we're here, I'm like a little kid. I just want to go right to the good part. This, I think, I'm just going to do turn it over once. And just do, why not use a zigzag? I like how it looks. So I'm using zigzag. That's why I use zigzag, a couple of reasons. Is because you're using a lot more thread. You're getting a lot stronger seam. And I just like how it looks. It also makes like seams lay down flatter and makes them stronger. Okay, I hope it's cute. Okay, it's cute. I kind of wished I would have had a little bit more of an arch to it. But I like it. That's much more interesting than a regular t-shirt, I think. So I'm going to flop it down here. And let's go to step number 2. Okay, so now what do I want to do beyond this? I still have some staining here and here. And I have, I want to do something with my sleeves. I wear a lot of sleeveless shirts. But fall is coming as well, and I don't know if I'd want a really super long one. I'm kind of thinking just to cut it off like that and add some little short ruffle up here. Just something short, maybe. I mean, the t-shirt sleeve isn't bad, but This is a smaller shirt than this one. Like, it does come up a little higher. Let's see if we can figure out how to hide the last, at least this one. So let me think here. What can I put on there? I do have, let's look at my cutter fabric. I do have some that have like little scriptures on it. Like this one. Wise men still seek him. What is actually on it? I don't know if I've even read all of them. We could put, but seek ye first the kingdom of God. We could put something like that on there. That would be cute. I like that one. Let me cut it out and see if I like how that looks. I'm probably have to get my iron back out. Here's one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, your soul, and with all your strength. Well, that's a good one because this is a hero shirt, and that's definitely a hero task. Loving somebody with all your strength. That's a hero's job right there. I could even take the Deuteronomy. Like, I don't really need, I know that's a scripture. I don't really need to know where it's from. Just kind of cut a shape, a randomized shape out. Like that. And then I could do a couple cute little patches over here. Just had a fun idea. I'll put one of my little birdies. I haven't even used these yet. Don't want to cover up the saying. I could put one there, and for balance, put like one up here. That's cute. I think I'll do that. Do I recommend you starting a YouTube channel? Yes. But only with a realistic expectation. That it is going to be a lot of work, but it does have rewards. So you have, you know, and your experience may be different than mine altogether, you know. But for me, I would say, would I do it again? Yes. Yes, I would do it again. Well, I stood back and looked at it. I felt like it was getting, like without that, it's getting bottom heavy. I don't know how to explain it other than that to my eye. Like, for it to be more pleasing, I'm going to put a couple random ones up here. So I'm going to attach that. Then we'll put these all on. And then I got to figure out the sleeves. I kind of was thinking I want to cut them shorter. So I'm going to give myself enough to hook to. And I'm just going to go straight up. No going back now. Is just take the piece you cut off the other one, put it on here, and now I have something to follow. Okay, so I got this one sewn on. I mean, that's even cute there. And then I'm going to pin those on if I can find my pin cushion. And then we're going to go stand back, kind of, take a gander. That goes on top. Pin it where I want it to go. Standing back is very important when you're upcycling. To get away from your garment. Did you know one thing I do a lot is I will, like if I have a big decision on a garment, I will hang it up on a hanger and just come look at it the next day. And I'm surprised how the next day, like everything's clear. Like, oh yeah, or no, or whatever. The next, it's weird. I don't know why that works that way. Well, I think this is turning out really cute. I'm going to cut it 4, and if I don't like it on the garment, I'll cut it down. Let's see what half of this is. See if that's too much ruffle. I'm just going to go in half. And I'm going to fold it in half again. And to get a normal size ruffle, normally it's 2 times. I usually figure 2 times 1.5 to 2 times is plenty. So here I've got 1 time 2. So that's plenty for each one. Another thing I wanted to address if you want to start your own YouTube channel is with cruel and unkind comments that people will make, and it inevitably happens somewhat. I don't get a lot of them. Most people are very nice and been very kind, but there are some who just feel like that you are entitled to their opinion and their opinion's not nice. And I decided when I started my channel it was a no-hate channel, and that any comments that were not worded kindly or were you know, I'm saying that I don't mind criticism if it's presented in a kind manner. And actually, I don't mind that at all. But when people just come on and be cruel or whatever, that's uncalled for. You know, that person literally walked into my house. You know, my PC is in my house and said that to me. And I don't have to take that. So I just delete them. I don't argue with them. I don't try to offer. Because I feel like a person who would just say something hateful and whatever isn't really probably a reasonable person anyway. So I just delete the comment, I remove the user from the channel, and go on. And life is a lot more peaceful that way. So now I went ahead, I searched them, and I went ahead and searched them together. So now I just literally have a loop. Now you wouldn't have to do it this way. It's just the way I decided to do it. And I'm going to sew them on and then hem them. I could hem them now, but that's okay. I'll just do it on the shirt, it's fine. So now, I want to put my seam side, I'm going to be putting it down at the bottom. And I'm just going to pin it there. Probably should find the other half, shouldn't I? We want the top of it centered. Okay, we'll put a pin there. This one's not so long that I have to do the half. I think I can gauge it. And I'm going to stick this one under here. And pin it in place, and then the top one in place. And you can see by trimming it the way I did, this is not straight around. It's okay. We'll just go with it. We'll see what it looks like. Maybe the next one will be different. Life is not that serious for me to sweat over every little detail. You know, we're all going to leave everything we own one day. I don't expect we ought to get too attached to it, huh? Okay. And now, ladies and gentlemen, okay, I'm going to start at the bottom here and pull it through. And we'll just gather it between these. Will it be cute or will it be scary to look at? And always resort to plan B, tank top. Alright, well let's look at the first one before we dive into the second. Do we like it? I think it's cute. That's going to be fine. So we'll just turn this under now and we'll go do the second one. Okay, we're in the home stretch. This is so exciting. Probably finger gathering. The worst part is that with the when I serge it, it's thicker on the end and it wants to come back this way. That's the biggest struggle I have with that. it's faster, and I like the way it looks better than when you use the other way to gather is you set your stitch to the longest length and you release the tension a little bit, and then allows you to pull all your fabric along on the thread. But it is a little more time consuming. It's great for intricate things like Barbie doll clothes. Oh, if you try to sew Barbie doll clothes for grandkids or something small like that, you definitely want to use that kind of fabric. And I think they call it basting. That's a basting stitch. I don't know, it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I sewed according to a pattern, guys. I used to make all kinds of things with patterns. I made the you know, like the vacuum, you know, when the craft thing was the craze. I made like the cow vacuum cleaner covers, and I made all kinds of really big things and like that, and really intricate pattern pieces. And but it's just not as fun as upcycling. Like upcycling, you can make something in an hour. You can sit down and have something cute in an hour, and you really wear it. It's really usable. And so the patterns definitely have their place. I use some patterns, you know, in my sewing, but for the most part, I don't really use them. Okay, it's on. I just gotta hem it. And then, gosh, I gotta display it as the supermodel that I am. Show off all my talents all at once here. Well, what do you think? I like when I hold my arms out, how it's like comes down, but yet it's not really revealing. Like the armhole isn't big. By keeping the arm shoulder seam, you know, it made it not too big. So it's kind of fun, you know, it's kind of fun. I think it'd be cute with lace. I think it'd be cute done with lace even. So I rescued the shirt. This is my hero shirt. If these get where they bother me, I'll just make them shorter and make this a tank top. So I hope today that you enjoyed hanging out with me and all the silly banter and chatter along the way. And if you start a YouTube channel, let me know and I shall come subscribe, because I know quite a few of you have talked about it and said you were thinking of it. Well, thank you so much for watching, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget, in the description below is a link to the Discord, the Happy Sewing Club. So if you have something you want to share, ideas, feedback, there's even a self-promotion tab, excuse me, where you can promote if you have a business or your own YouTube channel or something you want to promote, you know, you can do it there. And we'd love to see you over there. And stay tuned. Some of you are subscribed to my Sherry's Random Adventures. So far it's been just Minecraft videos, but very soon I'm going to be posting some more garden updates. Some willow updates are going to be over there. So if you want to see some of that and the like kitty cat content, things like that, will be over on that channel. I just got really busy with the remodeling and I wasn't able to post a lot over there, so I do plan to put more content over there. So if you would, if that's something that interests you, the link to that channel will be in the description below. And if I get enough people interested in the Minecraft one, I'll move it off to another channel, so don't drive you guys crazy who aren't interested in Minecraft. It will be moved off to its own channel. So thank you so much, guys, for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing, and until next time, happy sewing! So I appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget, down in the comments section below, or not in the comment, in the description. Sorry, my brain left. In the what is wrong with me today? In the description, let's see. And don't forget the end of it. I can't say it. This is ridiculous. Just say it. Okay. Take two.